What's up, my winners? It's John with another episode of Break the Board here for Tuesday. Monday, we took a pass. Thank goodness. Some of the things I threw out, a couple of different parlays I would have did because of high lines, they're all losses. So it just goes to show sometimes the best bet is no bet. Remember, as a gambler, we're always have the position of power. And that position is we only have to bet the games we like. Okay. It's so hard to pick winners. Don't bet games you originally didn't like to start with. All right. You just get yourself in trouble. Like to thank our sponsors, the Believe Network, and then Bet Online. Bet Online is your number one source for all your betting needs. Get the latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. Bet Online continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use promo code BELIEVE, all caps, BLEAV, BELIEVE, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts. All right, full slate of baseball right now. LSU looking to finish off Florida. They're up 10-3. It looks like LSU, barring a miracle here, is going to be your College World Series champions, which kudos to them. They've had just an incredible year. That pitching staff's been lights out. Got rocked yesterday, the bullpen did, but congratulations to them. Damian Lillard meets with the Blazers today. What's it tell me? It tells me he's gone, right? I don't think there's, you draft Scoot Henderson. I don't think there's any way Portland can continue down the road they're on. Listen, there's nothing you can put around Damian Lillard that's going to make them contenders. They're not going to get better than Denver. They're not going to get better than Phoenix. God, they're not going to get better than Sacramento. LA and Golden State. Draymond seems to be, there are reports, Memphis, Dallas, Sacramento. He's going back to the Warriors for his $100 million. They're not getting past them. There's no path for the Blazers to keep Lillard and get better. So at this point, they have no chance other than to get what assets they can for Lillard. And now's the time to rebuild. Maybe 5 to 6 years, things look a little different if you're the Portland Trailblazers. Baseball for your Tuesday card, full slate of games. The MLB schedule's been crazy. Monday, you got like 4 or 5, 6 games. Then on Tuesday, we're going to have a full slate. Then we're going to have like 5 games on a Thursday. It's all over the place. Somebody's got to get with them on their scheduling because it is bloody off. But we're going to start Tuesday, 9:01, the San Diego Padres. They're going to face 9:02, the Pittsburgh Pirates. San Diego laying $1.80, comeback plus 152 with the Pirates. Yu Darvish is going to get the call for the Padres. Rich Hill, the southpaw, will get the call for the Pirates. Darvish, 5-6 with a 4.84 ERA, 1.23 WHIP. He's averaging about 5 2/3 innings pitched. Rich Hill, the southpaw, 6-7 with a 4.34 ERA, 1.37 WHIP. Your over-under sets at 8.5, juiced minus 118 to the over. The over 4-0-1 in the Padres' last 5 games versus a left-handed starter. Same stat applies during game 1 of a series for the Padres. Padres 5-2 over their last 7 meetings when they've hooked up with the Pirates. The under 3-0-1 over the last 4 meetings. Padres continue to underachieve. Pirates are on a huge, huge slide. Remember, they came out guns blazing and everybody was like, oh, the Pirates, the Pirates, the Pirates, the Pirates. Well, lo and behold, now the Pirates have come back to earth. They had that long losing streak over the past couple weeks. Finally got them a win to get out of that mess. But over their last 10 games, Pirates are 1-9. They've lost their last 2, 1-9 over their last 10. Not very good. San Diego 4-6 over their last 10. Pirates still 5.5 back in the Central. The Padres in a tight race with the New York Mets for biggest disappointment in baseball. I say this all the time. That lineup, Tatis, Soto, Machado, Bogarts, Cronenworth. I know Nelson Cruz hadn't been in the line, but look, how much more batting do you want at the top of that lineup, for God's sakes? The fact that they're playing this bad is absolutely horrific. 20th ranked offense, Pittsburgh 23rd ranked offense in Major League Baseball. So both of those teams stink. Both starters, the teams are 1-2 over their last 3 starts. Rich Hill has a 4.08 ERA. Darvish has a 7.71 ERA. Darvish has really struggled, but against the Pirates, Darvish has been lights out his last 5 starts. All of them he's won. He hasn't given up more than 3 runs in any of those. Rich Hill, same thing though. He's won 5 of his last 6 and 8 of his last 10 when he's faced San Diego there. Again, I'm not laying that price with the Padres on the road. If I was going to do anything, I would lean the way of the Pittsburgh Pirates in this matchup. Next game, 9-1-7, the Cincinnati Reds will visit 9-1-8, the Baltimore Orioles. Orioles are going to send Tyler Wells to the bump, laying $1.40. Andrew Abbott, the southpaw, will get the call for the Reds. Plus 120. Your over-under is going to set at 8.5 here. Reds starting to come back down to life a little bit. They lost those last 2 against the Braves after that huge 12-game win streak. The Reds still set atop the NL Central by a half game, but Milwaukee does have the lead tonight, so there's a chance they could pull even with them. Baltimore 4.5 back, 5-5 over their last 10. They've won 2 in a row. Abbott on the year 3-0 with a 1.14 ERA. Wells 6-3 with a 3.22 ERA. Reds 6-0 in their last 6 interleague games, but they're 3-7 in their last 10 versus Baltimore and 0-4 in their last 4. Right now, Baltimore on Monday holds the lead 2-1. No real lean in this one, but look, I like Tyler Wells of the Orioles a lot. The Reds, we'll see if they get the win tonight. If they drop 3 in a row, maybe it's a good spot to come back with them with the plus money. 9-1-9, the San Francisco Giants will visit 9-2-0 the Toronto Blue Jays. Ryan Walker seems to be getting the call for the Giants. No listed pitcher for the Blue Jays. That one will be a skip. That's something you'll have to look for when we send out the plays. Those go out by 3 Eastern time. Sometimes 3:30, depends on what I got going on. If you're interested in a package, we got football coming up. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up at BCCS Sports. Same thing at Twitter at BCCS Sports. If you're interested in a package, you can email me, John at BCCSsports.com. 9-2-1, the Miami Marlins versus 9-2-2, the Boston Red Sox. Red Sox still in the basement of the American League East, despite being a game over 500. They're 13 back. They've lost 2 in a row, but they're 6-4 in their last 10. Miami's second place in the NL East, 6 games back. They've won 2 in a row, 7-3 in their last 10. Sandy Alcantara, minus 105. Garrett Whitlock, minus 115 on the comeback, or on the favored, rather. Excuse me, I apologize. Your over-under is 9.5, minus 110 both ways. Alcantara 2-6 with a 5.08 ERA, 1.25 whip, averaging 6 1/3 innings pitched. Whitlock 4-2 with a 4.50 ERA, 1.22 whip, averaging 5 2/3 innings pitched. Marlins 2-15 over their last 17 meetings in Boston, 6-21 their last 27 meetings overall. Very rarely do you get Alcantara as the dog in any matchup. But the way the Red Sox are hitting the baseball, I think you either take the Red Sox here or you don't bet the game. Moving on, 9-3, the Milwaukee Brewers will face 9-4, the New York Mets. Right now, the Brewers got the lead on them. David Peterson, the southpaw, will get the call for the Mets. Julio Teheran will get the call for the Brewers. Mets laying $1.42, comeback plus 120 on the Brewers. Over under 9, juice minus 115 to the over. There's absolutely no way in God's New York that I'm laying wood with David Peterson and the Mets. Look, they had Verlander going tonight. You see what's happening. There's just absolutely no way I can go and do that again. When Tehran's he's been solid, man. 2-2, 1.53 ERA, 0.88 whip, averaging 6 innings pitched. Then I got Peterson, 1-6 with an 8.08 ERA, 5 innings pitched. There's just no way I can do it. Just no way. The Brewers 2-5 the last 7 in New York. I get that, but they've won 4 in a row against New York overall. If they win tonight, that's 5 straight meetings they'll have beat the Mets. There's no way the better pitcher getting 120. You either take Brewers or you don't bet the game. That's just my opinion, for what it's worth. Bushel and a peck and well hugging around the neck. 9-2-3, the Minnesota Twinkies will visit the Atlanta Braves 9-2-4. Braves will throw out Bryce Elder, the rookie. John Ryan will get the call for the Twins. Braves minus 145, comeback plus 125 on the Twinkies. Your over under 9.5, juice minus 124 to the under here. The Braves and Twins, they're still battling it out as the game goes right now. But Ryan, 8-4 with a 2.98 ERA, 0.9 whip, averaging 6 1/3 innings pitched. Elder, 5-1 with a 2.40 ERA, 1.1 whip, averaging 6 innings pitched. Braves, actually, I'll take that back. They're up 4-1 in the top of the 8th. Again, the problem with the Twins is they just can't score. I mean, they struggle so bad to score runs. Let's be real. They're leading that division, the American League Central, and they're going to win it just because it's a god-awful, piss-poor division, right? Again, I hate laying that kind of wood, but the Braves are just so tough. I think you either look, okay, you go Braves, or you don't bet the game. Next game, 9-5, the Houston Astros versus 9-6, St. Louis Cardinals. Cardinals haven't announced a pitcher yet. Vromer Valdez will get the call for the Astros, the Southpaw. They already got the Astros laying $1.20. I'll take the Astros. Cardinals have not played well. Cubs beat them up in London. Now they got to go from London back to St. Louis. I like Houston in this spot, laying the $1.20. That's my lean in that game. 909, the Detroit Tigers are going to face 910, the Texas Rangers. Martin Perez will get the call in that one, the Southpaw for the Rangers. Tigers still haven't announced a starter for that game. Yet. There is no line for the game. As we speak, Tigers 4-2, bottom 4. Right now, they have the lead in game 1 of that series. 905, your Philadelphia Phillies will face 906, the Chicago Cubs. Phillies will throw out Ranger Suarez. Cubs don't know who they're going to throw on the bump. Suarez 1-2 with a 3.50 ERA. Again, no line in this one, but I'm going to lean Phillies. Even though the Cubs played well in London, really beat up the Cardinals. I like the Phillies here. They're sitting in the States. Long flight across the pond. Got to go back, not East Coast. You're going back to the middle of the country in Chicago. I like the Phillies minus the $1.30 here with Ranger Suarez on the road. Next in the rotation, 911, Gavin Williams and the Cleveland Guardians laying $1.45 at Brady Singer and the Kansas City Royals. And look, Indians only 2 games back at the Twinkies, 6-4 over their last 10. Royals in the basement, 17.5 games back in that division, only 2 games up on the A's for the worst record in baseball. In this one, look, to take the Royals is like suicide. But Williams, he's made 1 start, 6.35 ERA. Singer 4-7 with a 6.34. Your over-under is 9, juice minus 120 to the over. Indians 21-9 over their last 30 meetings in Kansas City. 42-20 over the last 62 meetings. Overall, again, these offenses less than desirable. Kansas City 28th. Cleveland 27th, just god awful. The only reason runs are going to be scored in this is, well, the pitchers suck too. So anyway, over the last 3, Williams 6.35. Remember, he's just got the 1 start. Singer, over his last 3 starts, the Royals have lost all of them. Big surprise. 5.94 ERA. For that, for the Royals, Brady Singer, in his last 6 starts, the Royals have lost 5 of them. Against the Guardians, he's lost his last 2. And when he pitches, the Royals are 5-3. You know, in the words of the movie Major League with the Indians, they'll blow it in the playoffs. They're not getting there. But you know what? Nobody's paying any attention to this game. Go ahead and give me the dog, the Royals, for no ungodly reason. That would be my lean there. I got no good reason. 907, the Los Angeles Dodgers at 908, the Colorado Rockies. Los Angeles Dodgers, this is just stupid. Clayton Kershaw against Connor Seabold. Kershaw on the Dodgers minus 320, plus 260 on the comeback for the Rockies. Absolutely no way I'm laying that with the Dodgers. Maybe you throw the Rockies plus 2.5 runs in a couple parlays or something, but there's no way I'm laying that with anybody. Chicago White Sox at the Los Angeles Angels. White Sox 9-1-3 in the rotation. Los Angeles Angels 9-1-4. Michael Kopech will get the call for the White Sox. Shohei Ohtani will get the call for the Angels. Ohtani and the Angels laying 210 plus 173 on the comeback for the Chicago White Sox. Your over-under is 8. Juice minus 115 to the over in this one. Angels 20-16 at home. White Sox 14-25 on the road. White Sox won 2 in a row. They're 4-6 over their last 10. The Angels have lost 1 around there, 4-6 over their last 10. Kopech 3-6 with a 4.06 ERA, 1.29 WHIP. Shohei Ohtani 6-3 with a 3.13, 1.04 WHIP. The under 3-0-1 in Kopech's last 4 starts overall. The under's 2-0-2 in the White Sox last 4 road games. The Angel, the under is 6-0 in Ohtani's last 6 starts on a Tuesday. He loves Tuesdays. White Sox 6-24 over the last 30 meetings in LA, 8-21 over the last 29 meetings overall. Over the last 3 starts, Kopech 2.70 ERA with a 1.88 WHIP. Ohtani, he's got a better WHIP at 1.22, but he's got a 3 flat ERA. Listen, it's hard to bet against Ohtani. Kopech, when he pitches, the White Sox have lost 4 of his last 5. They've lost both starts he's made against the Angels, as to where Ohtani has won both starts. Earlier this year, Kopech faced the Angels, went 4 1/3, 5 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned. Ohtani hasn't pitched against the White Sox since last year. Again, maybe you throw the White Sox in some money line parlay with somebody else. Find somebody else to tango with them there. 9-2-7, the Tampa Bay Rays will face 9-2-8, the Arizona Diamondbacks. Taj Bradley seems to be the guy that's going to get the call for the Rays. No listed pitcher and no line yet for the D-backs, so you'll have to stay tuned. Again, if you'd like to get in on a package, football is coming up. John at BCCSSports.com. Email me. Let's have a conversation. What you bet, how much you bet, how long you've been betting, what's your goals for gambling, all that. What are you trying to achieve? How much are you trying to make? What are you working with? We can put you on a whole program and work through that with you. Again, I'm for the long game. Anybody can pick a winner one day. Anybody can have a great week, a great month. Very few can survive a year, right? Last on the board, or 2 more games on the board. 9-1-5, the New York Yankees will visit 9-1-6, the Oakland A's. In this one, Johnny Brito will get the call for the Yankees. Paul Blackburn will get the call for the Oakland A's. Again, the A's lost 2 in a row. They're 1-9 over their last 10. The Yankees have won 2 in a row, 4-6 in their last 10, but the Yankees set 9.5 back. They're in a whole lot of trouble. Judge now, you don't know how long Judge is going to be out. All kinds of problems. Yeah, I can't believe what I'm saying, but I can't lay $1.45 with the Yankees on the road. I like Blackburn plus the 125. Not saying it's going to be a play, but it's my early lean. Brito 4-3 with a 4.89 ERA. Blackburn 0-0 with a 4.21 ERA. The Yankees 0-4 in their last 4 games versus a right-handed starter. More importantly, the Yankees 5-13 over the last 18 meetings in Oakland. They just do not play well when they have to face the hairy possum that's the size of a lion and takes dumps the size of a German Shepherd. Moving on, 9-2-9, the Washington Nationals will face 9-3-0, the Seattle Mariners. Jake Irvin will get the call for the Nats. Brian Wu will get the call for the Mariners. Mariners not minus 215, comeback plus 185 on the Nats. Your over-under sets at 8. Juice minus 115 to the over. Again, maybe a good money line parlay opportunity here. Maybe you do a little AL West parlay. I don't want to lay $2 with Ohtani, but maybe you put him with the Mariners. Wu 1-1 with a 5.09 ERA. Irvin 1-4 with a 4.71 ERA. The Nats 0-7 in Irvin's last 7 starts. So he hasn't been well at all. Nats 1-4 the last 5 meetings. However, 6-2 their last 8 in Seattle. Tonight, they're sending Trevor Williams to the bump. He's going to face Luis Castillo. So we'll see how all of that works out as we move along the slate there for the Seattle Mariners. Actually, that over-under 8.5 is juice minus 122 to the under. So correction there. I apologize for that. Divisions, again, we went over the AFC East couple 2 weeks back on Bustin' Chops Calling Shots. That show drops every Thursday or Friday, depending on when it gets edited. But that's a show you can catch us every week, Bustin' Chops Calling Shots. Me, my brother Chop, producer AJ, where we talk everything sports, life, everything in between. But I want to go back through the AFC East odds to win right now. These are brought to you by FanDuel. But the Buffalo Bills plus 130, New York Jets plus 250, Miami Dolphins plus 290, Patriots plus 750. So here's what's interesting. I think all 4 teams could be in the playoff hunt, or I think 2 could run away with this thing. I think Buffalo is in some severe trouble. I really, really do. I know they signed the GM. I know they signed Sean McDermott to a long deal. Yada, 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 yada. Okay. However, this is a Buffalo team. I talked about this on Bustin' Chops Calling Shots that has been on the doorstep. They've been on the gate. And ever since that 13-second debacle against Kansas City, I just don't know if they ever get back where they're supposed to be. Right? They got talent, but the defense sucks. Leslie Frazier all of a sudden says he's taking a year off. Does that mean McDermott's stepping in? Brian Daboll leaves. He's obviously a great offensive mind. Ken Dorsey, well, he coaches about like he played at Miami, underachieved, right? So when I look at Buffalo, I think they're right for the picking. The Jets, the Dolphins, if the Dolphins keep Tua upright, the guys always give me a hard time about this, but if they can keep Tua upright, I think there's a huge opportunity at the Dolphins plus 290 to get in this thing and win the division. I think they got the best roster. I think they got a great offensive mind. I think they have the best offensive mind in the division. It's not even close. All right. Mike McDaniel is better than anybody offensive minded that the Bills, the Patriots, or the Jets have to offer. I'm sorry. Like Nathaniel Hackett, he's over there with sticks in the dirt trying to draw up plays. He couldn't even call plays in Green Bay, so we don't even know if the buzzard's going to even be good. Like there's all this like honeymoon and all this stuff. But let me tell you something. The Jets, Robert Salah is having a lot of sleepless nights right now because if he don't get it done, he's gone. And I think that's unfortunate because I think Salah's a great coach. Now, New England, they went out and got Smith-Schuster. I'm not saying that changes the world, but the reality of the matter is if they were to sign DeAndre Hopkins, which they were prepared to sign that deal, ink it before he got out of town, didn't happen. Now my question becomes, okay, if New England was to be able to get D-Hop, now Mac Jones has an offensive coordinator. Look, we already know that defense is going to be legit. I mean, they shut down Josh Allen in the past. I think they're going to give Rodgers fits. I think so. This division can get extremely interesting. I would be surprised if New England I wouldn't be surprised, but it would be if New England made the playoffs. I think there is a huge opportunity. You know, Chop was trying to debate me on this, but I really feel like there's a huge opportunity for the Bills not to win the division. Like, I feel like everybody's penciling them over there, and I'm like, woo. They could finish third. They could finish second. They could finish first. But if Miami keeps Tua upright, I think they're the best team. The Jets, the sky's the limit. They got talent galore. The defense is great. They got weapons. Aaron Rodgers, even if he's below mediocre, which he's been the past 2 years, he's still way better than Zach Wilson or Mike White. So I think there's things there for them to go with, but it's just a matter of where does that fall in the grand scheme of things. AFC North, odds to win the division. Cincinnati Bengals plus 130, Baltimore Ravens plus 250, Browns plus 390, Steelers plus 470. Steelers are a good value play. Look, I know all about the sophomore slump thing, but Tomlin's never had a losing season. The way I saw Kenny Pickett come on towards the end, and now you look at Chase Claypool, they're having all kinds of problems with him in Cincinnati. So, okay, maybe trading was a good move, right? I really think Pittsburgh is right. I think they're right. I think now the problem is, I think Cincinnati Bengals are the second best team in the NFL behind the Chiefs. Okay. Again, I appreciate everything everybody says about the Philadelphia Eagles, but I'm telling you, the Philadelphia Eagles schedule is way too difficult Jalen Hurts, I think, is amazing. But if you're telling me he's better than Joe Burrow, you're smoking crack. Or you're just a homer. Okay? He's not better than Burrow. The Bengals, again, have added more to that offensive line. They got Chase, Higgins. I mean, they're right. The Bengals are right. Okay? So I don't worry about Cincinnati. Baltimore, again, can you keep Lamar healthy? But look, Beckham, Bateman, if he can stay healthy, they have more weapons than they've ever had. But my question with Baltimore is, you're bringing in a college coordinator. How do they make that mesh? Can they really get there like they're supposed to get there? So I think that'll be extremely interesting. Cleveland plus 390. I'll tell you something. If they were to get D-Hop to go along with Amari Cooper and some of the other weapons they have, Elijah Moore, I think the Browns are a snake in the grass waiting to hop up and bite. Look, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, if you can keep them happy, keep them both there, the defense is there. Call me crazy. I think the division outside of the Bengals is up for grabs. Like, people think I'm crazy. Baltimore could finish last in that division. Like, I know, again, the whole offseason, because the 4-letter network and all that, everybody's enamored and only wants to talk about 14. Everybody wants to talk about the Eagles. Everybody wants to talk about they always want to talk about the Cowboys. I don't even see them making the playoffs. Everybody wants to talk about the Jets, and everybody wants to talk about Lamar and the Ravens. You want to talk about all 4 of those teams. I'm not going to be shocked if 2 of them don't even make daggone playoffs. Okay? So let's not get enamored with things. Again, I think that AFC North, if you take a flyer on a Pittsburgh or a Cleveland, I can't doubt you there. Again, remember, all these teams are 1 injury away. I'll come back later in the week. I want to break down each team, go through their schedule, their over-under record. We'll do some team breakdowns in college football. Start looking at that, start getting things right here over the All-Star break. AFC South, Jaguars minus 160. Look, unless they totally hop in front of their own way, I don't see how the Jaguars don't win that division. But Tennessee plus 380, I think that's great value. Look, Tennessee was decimated with injuries. They bring Tannehill back. They bring Derrick Henry back. Mike Vrabel, one of the best 10 coaches in the league, all right, does more with less than anybody. They dump some of those older guys. I think they're right for the picking. Plus 380. Again, I think Jacksonville should win the division. I would lay the $1.60, but I think the Titans are a really good value. I think there's good value there. Plus 380 with the Titans. Colts plus 500. No way in the world. Texans plus 800. No way in the world. Look, Anthony Richardson, CJ Stroud. I get all the hype. I get all the arm. They're not going to be in the league in 5 years. If they are, they'll be holding a clipboard. I'm sorry. It's just the way I feel. Last AFC, Chiefs minus 160, Chargers plus 300, Broncos 550, Raiders plus 1,200. Look, I would bet the Chiefs minus $1.60 all day long. I would make that a big play. I would bet it. Again, unless Pat Mahomes goes down, I don't see it. But look, I would hedge it a little. Denver plus 550. Look, I was really down on Denver last year. I called it before everybody. Everybody said, oh, it's going to be like Brady. And he's going to take him to the Super Bowl. And I was like, nah, they're going to suck. And they suck. This year, I've changed my tune. I think this is the year they make a quantum leap. The Raiders, look, Garoppolo isn't healthy now. They've had all kinds of problems there in Vegas. I love the Vegas Raiders, but let's just be real. They're going nowhere fast. The Chargers, again, love Herbert, love the talent, love the defense. Staley and Kellen Moore are the 2 most overrated football minds in the history of the NFL. They're going to screw that thing up 8 ways to Sunday. Will not be surprised if they miss the playoffs altogether. Right? So Kansas City laying the $1.60. I'd probably put you a good 5 units on that. All right. Maybe lay it off with a unit on Denver just so you split there, because ain't nobody winning the division unless it's those 2. But I think the Chiefs are still 2 to 3 games better, maybe 4 games better than the Broncos, right? Like 17-game schedule. I could see Kansas City going 13-4, Denver getting like 10-7. They're probably 3 games better, right? So I think the Chiefs are the safe bet, but maybe you throw, a buck on Denver just to kind of hedge it to where you either win, 400 or you come out with nothing. All right. Look, hey, have a beautiful Tuesday. Remember, God gave you a great day. Go out and do something great with it, man. We always have an opportunity. Always remember something. As long as God woke you up, that means he's not finished with you. And if he's not finished with you, that means you have the opportunity to go do something great. As a father, as a husband, as a friend, as a Christian, just as a good person in society, hold a door for somebody. Do something nice for somebody. Don't be always wrapped up in your own self-pity. Oh, if I just get this amount of money, I'll fix this. Oh, if I just get this, that'll fix that. No, because there's another problem right around the corner. All right. So show some gratitude, show some appreciation, show a love and a passion for life, and just thank God for letting you get up, because that was a win in itself. And there's so many blessings that we don't, little blessings that we take for granted each and every day. And again, I always relate it back to sports gambling. You got to be thankful for the good days, but you got to be appreciative of the bad days, so you learn to appreciate the good ones and what to and what not to do. Bet Online, your number one source for all your betting needs. Get the latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. Bet Online continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use the promo code BLEAV for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts. Love you, my winners, and God bless.